I would love
How
to
can I
meet
pray
Kenneth
you through
Copeland.
the day?
Is there a way to meet him? I was just really praying to be able to sit with him and get some wisdom from him. So I've been praying for a while to be able to meet him. I've reached out to him a few times and he hasn't responded. But yeah, we're at the gate to his house, but it's not open.
Video, Joe, is at like the 21-minute mark. It's a 39-minute video.
Yeah.
But oh my God, I remember when because he was here in New York filming episode 242 with me, and then I think he went right out there. This was last year.
Yeah.
And then so you guys had to wait a while to put this out, and I didn't ask him about this because I was going to ask you about this. Was part of that like legal ramifications and stuff like that because of where you went, and you're worried about any blowback? Or
No, we just wanted both videos to hit at the site. Like we wanted our show, The Religion Business, and his to
Right,
drop at the same time, just for the biggest punch.
Okay.
Um,
By the way, great acting on your part on the phone, and you're like turning to him like it's like Ari Gold talking.
yeah.
And this is what I love about Tommy. Like, just the little things while you're on the phone, you're saying all these fake things to him, and the guy on the other end's like, "What did he say? Here to answer your prayer or something like that."
Yeah.
Like it was something that was just like off, but. You're talking and you're saying things, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm here with my friend. He gave $69." I was like, "Yeah." Like blows a kiss to the sky. Starts.
Did I really say that? I don't remember that.
I don't. Let's play. But he started. He was like playing along with it. Let's play this, Joe.
It is, yeah. Oh, I would love
How
to
can I
meet
pray
Kenneth
you through
Copeland.
the day?
Is there a way to meet him? I was just really praying to be able to sit with him and get some wisdom from him. So I've been praying for a while to be able to meet him. I've reached out to him a few times and he hasn't responded. But yeah, we're at the gate to his house, but it's not open.
You see the deer blind?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that works.
Oh no, we're already by his house.
We're at there's 3 gates, and ironically, the 2 first gates opened for us, and I see that as an act of God, to be honest with you.
You gotta look at him pray.
It takes a passcode, and I don't have it. Do you have that passcode? Oh, okay. We've all become members.
I donated $69.
69, that's a big number. Good for you for your first donation.
A biblical number, some might say. So we've been
Very
praying
holy
for the
number.
gate code, but
It's
apparently
another road, but it'll have the same height
God's
fence.
busy right now.
100%.
So we're gonna go to the private tarmac that he has, named after himself, and we're gonna further explore. Kenneth. Oh, Kenneth.
When we discovered there
Oh
was
my
this
God.
huge
All right, let's
mansion
pause it right there.
property.
So you guys will see. We'll put the link down below. You guys can see the full confrontation that I was describing a couple minutes ago happen. But like keeping your wits. The guy flashed a real gun. And
Oh,
everything.
yeah. Multiple
Keeping your
times,
wits
yeah.
during that, and then you got the 2 security honchos there that look like PC Principal from South Park.
Well,
It's like, whoa.
I'm going to give them props. They were like a legit security detail. Like their goal was to de-escalate, so they showed up, and there's this really fascinating dichotomy between professional security and then most church security. Cause like my brother runs church security. He's a sniper. He was a retired sniper from the Marines, and he helps his church with security. So you have these really strategic, trained men and women. And then like 2/3 of their armed forces are just like cowboys that want to want to protect the quote unquote church.
Here to serve the Lord.
Exactly. So the first car approaches and they get out, no hands on guns, like immediately de-escalation. Hey, what are you guys doing here? And I'm like, we have some questions. And they're like, one of them was kind of snippy. He's like, I asked the questions here. You don't ask me questions. And Tommy and I are just talking to him. And then out of nowhere, like John Ritter comes pulling up in his car, almost hits us, jumps out, flashes his gun, assaults both of us, like just grabs us. And that's when the professional security grabbed him. Because they're like, you just assaulted both these dudes. And they like kind of push him against his vehicle. And then of course, Tommy and I are just kind of jackasses. So we snip at him a little bit, and then he comes barreling back again and opens his coat again. And it was just a fun interaction. And the goal with that is Copeland is estimated to be worth $750 million. He lives on I think the property is 1,200 acres, the church property now. He promised to build 6 things in his pitch. So he would send out mailers saying he wanted to build these 6 things.
In like the 60s and 70s?
In the 70s. And it was the ministry building, his radio station, his TV network, a hotel for his congregants, a park, and then an elderly retirement community. So he raised tens of millions of dollars through these mailers. He builds the ministry facility, his radio station, and his TV network. He never builds the hotel.
Enough to be Kim Young Copeland.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and the big thing is we went to the city. because we wanted to see if he had even pulled or saw if he could get power and water out there. Like if you're building, his church is out there in the boonies. So
How far outside Dallas?
it's outside Fort Worth.
Yeah, it's like a good hour drive from Dallas.
So west.
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, like it's out there. And there was nothing there when he bought this property. So if you're claiming to build a hotel in a retirement community just to get utilities in there, I don't even know, tens of millions to pipe utilities in.
Oh, yeah.
So we went to the city to see if we could find any record of him even seeing if he could build these. And we found nothing.
Whoa.
So, you know, maybe it's buried in some archive, but the city gave us no documentation, said they couldn't find anything. So we don't even think Kenneth even really tried to build any of these that he said he was going to build. And that's
So he's a fraud.
I would call Kenneth a fraud. He promised to build those three things, never even tried to build them. And in the for-profit world, we call that fraud.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And in the nonprofit world, we call it faith.
Huh.
God just hasn't blessed him enough to build them yet.
I had to buy it.
Exactly.
It looks so good.
Tyler gave me such a good deal.
It's
on
such a good deal. God won.
You're pretty good at
impersonation.
impersonations, yeah.
Dude, he's just like
When we were talking about socialism earlier, I thought you were going to break out the Bernie Sanders impersonation.
billions. I haven't worked on
oligarchy.
I haven't worked on Bernie in a while. I gotta work on that one. If you want me to do RFK, I can give you all day about everything that they're putting in the church water to infect us with this disease. The CIA killed my father.
That's pretty good.
That one I could whip out. But
That's
yeah.
probably your best. That's
Yeah,
your best.
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you.
That's
Trump?
a hard one to hit.
I don't. My Trump is.
Yeah.
I got to work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't done the mirror thing enough. You know.
Yeah.
I got to get the hand motions down.
As we were driving over here, I said I would love, and we're going to put a post out on this in about a week. I'm calling out every pastor that we've got in this show. Copeland, Ed Young, you name it. I want to debate one of them publicly.
Have you heard from
Uncut.
any of Copeland's people since this documentary went out? No. Any lawyers, any congregants saying he's really not like that?
Tons of congregants.
Okay.
But they all agree with us.
Oh, they agree with you?
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, what's happening is untouchable. So we get evidence dumped on us daily. More evidence. From congregants, from accountants, from security guards.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. They're like, we saw your show, or we saw you on Sean, and here you go.
That's awesome. That's you having an effect in the real world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's probably punching so much air in that mansion.
Yeah, there's and we believe, you know, since there's no 990 that's filed with churches, their finances are all opaque. So no one knows the true finances, and everybody's like, "Are you guys worried you're going to get sued?" And I'm like, or we're like, not really, because we're going to do discovery if we get sued, which means you have to show us the financials, which means, hey, that little pie chart that you're going to put on the table, we're going to say, we can't trust this. We want bank statements.
Yeah.
And so none of them want to play that game.
No.
And so
That's how we got a lot of our evidence in the first place was lawsuits.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, this is where it can be used as a good tool, for sure.
Yeah.
They can outspend you guys. Maybe not with Chris's pockets.
No, they can
You know,
outspend.
they
can
can
outspend me.
probably still outspend you, but you have the discovery thing on your side because they've built an entire system where they're not transparent. So the best they can do, and I'm not a legal scholar, but the best they can do is try to like throw a few extra hearings on your bill in there. But that it gets to that part pretty quick. No?
Yeah, and like we've had, again, congregants call us. We've had leadership call us in churches, and they're like, "Hey, we watched your documentary. We went in and asked a few questions. They wouldn't answer, so we left, or we quit." And I'm like, "Okay." One in particular, I was like, "Okay, so what do you think their next play is?" Because they're big. This one institution in particular is really big, and they're like, they're hoping your story is just going to go away, because like they're begging for it to just. They're probably praying. Copeland's like, "God, bring another 2008 disaster, another miracle."
That guy.
But
I
yeah,
wanted them to have $750 million. That's probably the next sale.
for sure.
Then Sean Ryan happened.
Then Sean Ryan happened, and that's like one pastor reached out to Sean's team already, and
Said what?
all I told him was tell him I'll publicly debate him on Sean's show.
And what did he say to that?
We're gonna find out later tonight.
And that's what I'm saying. If you really believe in what you're doing, Go put your voice behind it. Go stand with a guy like you who studied it. You know, you guys, this is what you do, right? You shouldn't be afraid of that.
I'll debate any of them.
Listen, I will. If someone ends up being legit, I don't know how you can be legit with hundreds of millions of dollars, but like if there's a way to prove that or whatever, and in the public forum they prove that, hey, I'll sit here and say, all right, good for you.
Yeah.
But like they've never done it, and they live in their little ivory towers. And I just appreciate there's people who also come at it. You know, you're not outside the religion. You're very much, you're believers yourself, and you're doing this job. I like that a lot.
There is a lot of evidence that was not put forth in the docuseries because people wouldn't have believed it. And so just to be like fair to a warning out there to those that may have that idea, we have more.
Can you give one example of that you're willing to give publicly?
Money drops in the Caymans. We've got lots of money drops in the
Meaning
Caymans.
like
private planes landing in the Caymans for 90 minutes and bouncing out.
with cash.
We've got
That's not. I 1000% believe that. I'm sure they do that.
Oh, there's
Check
more.
Switzerland too. While you're
we've
at
got
it.
stories of gun running from the Middle East on private jets, drug running.
Yeah. It's a little more.
We have
They
stories
working-
of
Are they
murder.
working with the cartels too?
I don't know. We have stories of murder, like literal stories on people being murdered.
I
Security guards in particular.
I unfortunately 100% believe that.
Security for people referred to security for a pastor referred to as his hired gun, not security. Being very clear about that.
Yeah, all in the name of Jesus. You know.
Yeah, no, that's not in the name of anything. So,
Well, it's the name of the brand. You're protecting the brand.
Right.
You know.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
But it's like same thing that when people do war in the name of religion, that makes no sense. It's like, no, you're just using it for your own means.
And I'll tell
Crazy
you,
world out there, man.
I'll tell you right now, everybody's like, oh, so the 7-part docuseries, the religion business, it's done. No. We're just getting started.
Keep going.
So it's like, just know, we always say, you know, Christ in John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believes in him will not perish but have eternal life. It's one of the most, like, I learned that verse when I was like 4 years old. What people don't read is the verses right after it, where it talks about why Christ came into the world. And he came to be the light, but men loved the darkness rather than the light for fear that his deeds will be exposed, and his deeds are evil. And so we say right now, we're just turning the light on. That's all we're doing. We're turning the transparency light on, and the cockroaches and rats will run. And then the pastors who are for the light will walk towards us. And we do see that already. So this is the positive side, is there's so many pastors hitting us up being like, I agree with you, or I partially agree with you. What can we do to be more accountable? And I'm like, hey, we've got a great conversation going here. But then the rats and roaches are running.
Transparency.
Well, that's why we created Broken Shepherds. So Nathan, in his due diligence, discovered 10 loopholes where a couple $100 billion every year just disappears to fraud, waste, abuse, and inurement. And inurement's a new word for a lot of people. Nathan, if you want to expand on that one.
Yeah, so inurement's a legal term. If you want 501c3 status, you can't inure yourself.
Okay.
So inurement is basically no net profits of a 501c3 can take the benefits of that profit and inure the leadership, which basically means like, hey, you can't use the nonprofit for your own gain. If your mission is to help homeless people, all those net profits need to go to helping homeless people. You can take a salary, but all those net profits need to go to there. Inurement is basically, hey, I don't want the headache of flying public, so I want to buy a jet. I would call that inurement. And the IRS sadly goes, it's a gray area and really hard for the law to like bring justice into that system.
So you're trying to prove intention behind what they're doing.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, and we don't even care actually about this. Like if your pastor's got a private jet, from a Broken Shepherd's perspective, and even a religion business perspective, the shows, we don't care. If your pastor makes $20 million a year, we don't care. As long as your congregants know that you're paying yourself $20 million and have a private jet. But right now, no one does.
Right.
And so it's
I wonder why.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're inuring yourself,
Yeah.
you know? And so at what point, we can't be the arbiter of truth, and we're not the arbiter of the truth. We believe Christ is the arbiter of truth and his teachings are. So, okay, what are we doing? We're just flipping that transparency light on. And through precedent, through the last 100 years, 115 years since the nonprofit sector was defined, like religions or Christianity in particular and churches have been able to do whatever they want pretty much. So it is think of decades, sometimes generations of abuse. That is a dark web of a mess.
Well, listen, we're living in a world where transparency is much more sought after and attainable because of the power of the internet and people's ability to go find information or leak information or, get messages out, whatever it may be. And like, if you think about it in the concept of world history or even history like post-Jesus, the last 2,000 years or so, we're basically 18, 19 years effectively into the social media era, Internet 2.0, where people can really share their ideas. So generationally, we're just going to college.
Mm-hmm. It's a flash in the pan, right?
It's a flash in the pan. So these are still the very early days of learning how to use these tools to be able to hopefully use them for good, like you guys are doing. So it's great to see like you guys are just beginning with this and there's going to be more to come. But we will link the documentary link down below so people can check that out. You guys worked on this for a long time. There's going to be more content after that. And, I try not to I try to let people decide for themselves on some things, on pretty much everything. Naturally, I do have some opinions on people that sell God. It's just it's a personal pain point for me. So I appreciate that there's guys like you who are out there,
thank you, brother.
Shining a light on it.
Yeah,
as you said.
Thanks, brother.
All right.
Awesome.
We'll do it again sometime.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us.
All right. Everybody else, you know what it is. Give it a thought. Get back to me. Peace. Thank you guys for checking out this clip. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the like button on this video. It is a huge, huge help. And if you'd like to check out this clip's full podcast episode, that link is in the description below or right here. And finally, you can follow me on Instagram and X by using the links in my description below.